Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage President and CEO of American LegalNet, Erez Bustan.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this exciting evening. It's great to see you all. Great to be part of the NDA conference. I'm very proud of our accomplishments throughout the years together. Really wonderful. Every once in a while, a revolutionary product comes along that changes the game. And at American LegalNet, we've been fortunate to be in the forefront of innovations for the legal community. Many of you know our product, Forms Workflow, that came in the year 2000, that helped lawyers acquire and process forms in a more efficient way. In 2009, we launched our eDockets, a national platform, court rules-based calendaring system with many solutions that the market was hoping for. And throughout the years, we developed multiple other products that help that workflow. In this conference, we're going to be launching 3 products. One of them is our AutoDocket Pro, which will allow the user to download and process and distribute in a more efficient way our pacer receipts, which many of you have been dealt with. And also our custom rule sets management tool, which will allow the users to customize the court rules. But in this evening, we really want to talk about e-filing portal. This is a breakthrough product that solved many of the challenges with e-filings that most of you encounter. So the thought behind e-filing portal and actually identifying the challenges that many of you had throughout the years, we identified the following. First of all, there is no standardization with the court systems, each court doing its own little thing, right? So they all have different interfaces. You have the challenge from time to time to learn new systems, new courts, and what if you need an obscure county to file in? The second part is, and believe it or not, I was astonished when I discovered this number recently, there is a 10% rejection rate of, it's coming down to e-filing. So 1 of every 10 filings that you got to do will get rejected by the courts. And that's been taken from the state courts analysis. A third issue that we found is that many of you struggled with uploading documents. Got to keep up with the standards for the courts. What do they have, and what's the file sizes? Is it OCR, is it PDFA, and so forth? So that's another struggle. Also, we found that many of you wanted integration with DMSs in financial systems. Not exist in most of the websites. The other part that many of you wished for was seamless integrations with calendaring and docketing systems. And also, there is duplicative efforts when it's coming down, especially to rush filings, multiple users doing multiple things. How would you eliminate that? The other part was also the synchronization, or I would say the research of the forms. More with the different states, you have different requirements, different forms. If I look at California, have 5,000 forms on its own. So what do you do there, right? And also, what do you do after 5 o'clock, right? So when you need support from the courts and the court shut down, then what do you do? Okay, so I'm very excited today to present to you with the e-filing portal and the solution that we came up with that will help solve many of those issues that I just stated. The first solution that e-filing portal will give you is a single sign-on to all the courts that you're going to file through e-filing portal. And we're going to talk about what those would be. The other part, and yes, believe it or not, we're going after 80% in reduction with the rejection rate. So that means that, first of all, how we're going to do it? We're going to do it through an intuitive UI that will prompt you if you make any mistakes throughout and will not let you actually move forward with the application until it's done and until it's supposed to be done. The other part that we're going to do is also automatic conversion of all your documents. You don't have to wrestle with the documents. You don't have to know even what the file size. We're going to let you know. We're going to do it for you. And if it's not happening, then we're going to prompt you, right? So we're going to do it all for you there. Also, we, as you all know, we have those expertise in-house of integrating document management systems and financial systems. So we're going to offer that as part of our professional services. But we're also going to integrate that with our docketing system directly. And that's, I think, the beauty of this program. But guess what? Not just with our e-docketing, we're also going to give you a centralized mail and also a centralized calendar that you can associate with any other calendar that you have in a firm. This is Office 365 and will resolve many of the consolidation issues that you may have. We're going to show you some of that in a minute. In the future, we're also looking to give you a direct integration with the forms, so you don't have to guess what forms you need to file with what court. And also, we are going after giving you a concierge service from 6 a.m. to midnight. That will solve some questions and issues, and if you like us to help you file on your behalf, we'll be able to do that. So for the next portion, I like to call Edward Ojeda. Edward is our Director of E-Filing Services, and Edward just joined us recently with 22 years of experience with court technologies. In fact, Edward actually brought up the Orange County system to play, and also the recent Los Angeles Superior County system, and had some great ideas for us of how we're going to accomplish all this stuff. So I'd like to welcome Edward to the stage. Edward.
Thank you, Erez,
Okay.
for that introduction. I'm excited to be here. This is my first NDA experience. I see a lot of welcoming faces, a lot of smiles. I go to conferences in the past and I don't get a lot of smiles, just from folks. So, plus we're at a brewery. I asked Erez, I was like, wait, we're at a brewery? Which reminds me, I need a beer after this. So Erez talked about the courts. And so I prided myself on streamlining workflow in the court system. Didn't really think about the other side, the filers, the clients that were filing to the courts. So when I left the courts and talking with Erez, I said, all right, let's try to change the game. I know a lot of the pitfalls. I know a lot of the struggles. Let's try to make our system intuitive. So we spent the last couple of months going through the application, and this is our e-filing dashboard. Our team did a great job, the developers, in building this based on the requirements we put together. I'm going to go through it pretty quick. I know tomorrow we have some demos going on, but I'm going to go through some of the items within the application for you. If you take a look in the left section of our dashboard, it gives you the functionality for e-filing. So you have the ability to file new cases, subsequent, search transactions, drafts, other services such as concierge, data entry, courtesy copies, process serving, frequently asked questions, some that most vendors may not have. We have part of the experience and skills that we brought into the team in ALN. The bottom section here is the enterprise suite. That's the 365, which we'll talk about in a little bit. The middle section you see here, you have completed, rejected, submitted transactions and drafts. These are whoever's signing in based on what you've submitted to the court, if it's been accepted. If you click on one of these boxes, the bottom section right here will actually highlight those transactions for you. And you can click on those in detail and actually get some more detailed documents of either what was submitted, what was rejected, notice of confirmation from the court or rejection from the court. Over here on the right-hand side, you have recent cases. You see there's links for case numbers right there. Those are LAs. If you click on one of those case numbers, it takes you right into the transaction to file, so you don't have to search for the case number. You can actually set that up ahead of time, have somebody looking at cases that you have within your workload, and so it'll be really quick. The court news section, we're going to provide you with court information based on the state and or court you're logging into, up to date. So this is where the magic happens. This is where Erez talked about 80%. We're gonna take those business rules, if you will, and we're putting them into our application. We've simplified our steps to 3 steps. If you notice here, 1, 2, 3. The order section, first one, is where you put your data and documents, upload and to submit to the court. Second, your fees and payment. And final, review and submit. If you notice on this screen down here, there's a little red error message. I put in 900 in this transaction that I took a screenshot of, and it's telling me I took a jurisdictional amount of 10,000 to 25. The system is telling me, hey, you need to pick something between 10,000 and 25,000. Other vendors will allow your transaction to go into the court just to get rejected and then to be resubmitted again. It takes time. Could miss statutes. Erez talked a little while ago about auto-convert. So you can auto-convert MS Word, Excel. Our system will go ahead and convert it for you and send it in based on the court's requirement. Most courts do PDF, but if there's a court that has a different requirement, that's what we'll be submitting into the court. If you notice here, I have another validation, one of many that we have in the system. This is a new case that I did, and I didn't put a lead document on it. In California, you need a summons, civil case cover sheet, and obviously you need the lead document that actually is going to create the case and start the case, right? A complaint or a petition. So this is telling me I need one in order to move forward. So it won't let you. Those other vendors out there, most of their applications will allow you to send it in, and then again, you'll get it rejected, and then you'll have to resubmit it again. So what we're trying to do at ALN is save you time so you don't miss statutes. So I'm going to pass it over to Erez.
The next section is where we're really going to differentiate ourselves from many, many, many other vendors out there. None of the vendors out there truly have a general box, and we're going to give you a general mailbox. It's an Office 365 mailbox. We know that many of you centralize your e-filing to one box, so we decided to create it right within the application. All you got to do is just point your general box to that, and it's going to display it right on the screen. Whoever's doing the e-filing, whoever centralized the filing, it's going to be right there and then for you. The second section is actually our calendar, and you will be able to point it to any calendar you wish. If you have a docketing calendar, if you have just a filer calendar, and then of course pick and choose, the task or the appearances or whatever you wish. We're going to have it all for you right there and then. We're going to have also tasks and contacts as part of the Office 365 suite. We're going to give it as well as part of the application. And as many team members you have, you will be able to communicate with them through the application in the future as well. So there's a lot of things that we're going to do in addition to the application. This is just a starting point for us. And of course, we're going to have a direct integration with the e-dockets. So all the e-filings that you're going to do through our portal, and I want to make sure that I'm clear, e-filing portal is an independent application of e-dockets. But it will play very well with e-dockets too. All the receipts will go directly to e-dockets for those of you who use e-dockets, and also be able to download all the documents automatically and being able to schedule the next whatever events that you need to do within that. So that integration we're going to offer too. Talking about our roadmap and where we see ourselves in what courts. We are launching today the Los Angeles Superior Courts, which is the largest court in the world, and will have a big impact on what we're doing. Some of you may know, but we've been active in the e-filing field for a while. I shouldn't say a long time, but for a while, for at least since 2008. And Orange County is one of the courts that we brought on board in 2011. So we had Orange County for a while. We certified in that court, and we're going to bring it as part of the single sign-on in October. We are also certified in 22 other courts through the Tyler Odyssey system, and we're going to bring those in November. We also certified already in the state of Texas, which we're going to bring in as well. And we're aiming for Illinois for this year. May going to happen, may going to happen first quarter of next year, but it's going to happen very quickly because we are playing with the Tyler Odyssey court system, and that should make it happen quickly. 2020 going to be a very exciting year for us. We're going after 10 states at least. We're going to bring the San Francisco courts. We're going to bring Florida courts, Georgia, and many other courts as well. And we actually going after every court that will open their doors to e-filing service providers. That's where we're going to be, and we're hoping that more and more will do it. So with that in mind, I'd like to, again, welcome you to our event. I have the great pleasure of partnering with the NDA for so many years. And it's, this journey couldn't have happened without you guys. Great partnerships. And we definitely brought it to newer heights. So I really appreciate it. And again, welcome everybody to our event. Okay.